From broke to boss, I flipped the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
All right, so first-time owner-operators breaking through financing. And what am I talking about here, guys? As you know, we get a lot of phone calls on a weekly basis, actually, and I personally know about 3 to 4 deals that have not gone through because the guys were not able to secure funding. So, sometimes guys are looking to jump in. It's the right time, but I think people don't really spend enough time thinking about that. Like these financial institutions don't want to lend money to trucking. It's kind of like it's a little bit of a dark area.
Yeah, it is. Before we start, just a quick disclaimer: we are not financing any trucks. We do not know shit about financing. We can only talk based on our experiences. Like in my case, owner-operator that financed multiple trucks, financed multiple fleet vehicles. Also, just seen a lot of owner-operators going through those headaches. My cousin actually works in that financing arena.
Okay.
So we get a little bit of intel from there, what's going on. So that's pretty accurate, because when you think about it, go on Facebook, go on YouTube, just see what the truckers are saying. Mm-hmm. So truckers are saying trucking is dead, everything is doomed, and that gets to the banks too.
Yeah, because as these guys start parking these trucks or getting repossessed and all that, that's, to your point, as you said earlier, that's somebody's money, man. That's somebody's investment. It is. The how many people that we know in the last, let's say, 2 years just gave up. Just gave up. Mm-hmm. It was several.
I'm not gonna do it for whatever reasons, and for the most part, I never met anybody who said I'm just too weak for it. It was always something. It's the brokers, carriers, cheap truckers that hold this cheap freight. Even though I never met a guy, regardless of his status or what,
right,
that is willing to haul for cheap. that never happens. So regardless, you can be the most illegal person in this country, and you're still gonna want a top dollar for a.
See, what other test you got to pass? I don't understand. What's the problem?
As a matter of fact, I would say we are actually a lot more vicious when it comes down to the rate per mile, because sometimes we know their time is limited.
So you got to fight a different fight.
And we have to be very, very aggressive. So all that bullshit that, foreigners come in and, we do all the cheap freight. This is why we cannot have a good freight. That's nonsense, guys. So that's that. But generally speaking, banks, we do make notes. First of all, the interest rates are still pretty high. Mm-hmm. Money is not easily available. Trucking is known to fail badly in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Endless number of companies shut down. A lot of owner-operators dropped their trucks, got their trucks repossessed, quit on their own dreams. All that affects everyone who is going to a dealer or to a bank right now to finance the truck, because it's just statistics.
Yeah, because I was actually talking to a guy over Tampa International and stuff, and so he's like, he can still find it, although it's out there and it's rough, especially for the first time guys, first time buying a truck. Mm-hmm. Man, and he goes, you're 25% down, minimum to try to get into something, and then any kind of blemishes on there, it's gonna just go up from there, man.
Absolutely, and I've seen that many times. The good thing is, just like humans, banks have a very short memory.
No, here we go.
So when it flips, it takes very little. Usually, when the market gets back on their feet, it takes banks about a year to kind of catch up and start, handing out shit. But the problem is, for you as an owner-operator, if you're serious about, the business, if you don't get a truck right now, let's say your credit is less than perfect, and now the market picks up and only then you start looking. And it still takes a year for a banks to kind of like relax enough to fund you. By the time you entering that, game of trucking again,
Yeah.
you're in the last train. And then because trucking is so seasonal, you probably, by the time you got a truck, it's already 1.5 years of good market past. So maybe you got another year. And then you back to square one, to that shitty experience, to where trucking feels like, bad, everything is bad. It never was as bad. Like, this is the worst.
And that's why we say a lot of the time, like, the way these like lease to purchase things are designed, it's, I don't know, in my mind, it's at least a little easier to get the financing in that, because it's kind of all one-stop shop. They're very well connected.
I also, like, again, this is not legal or financial advice, but I think maybe we are governed by different rules of loans.
So it has to be structured like different.
Yes, so we get it a little bit more relaxed way. And if we would do like a regular standard, financing, we probably wouldn't be able to do it because of the rules and regulations.
So there you go. So sometimes that might be a value for somebody, because it's a lot less to get into that, because you can get into these trucks for like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. That's hell of a lot less than 30% down, man.
Yeah, man, and look, I've been in the situation where, some of the trucks that I bought, I paid 25% down, and, other trucks I paid, probably 30% down, and then some trucks I paid maybe 10% down.
Here we go.
It just...
But never sign and drive.
Yeah, never once.
So there you go.
Never once. Sign and drive usually comes with bad outcomes, because usually that's only made available by the carriers. And in my opinion, this is not a fact, just my speculation, based on my observation of, trucking industry for as long as I've been here. We buy trucks, we plan to put the drivers in those trucks and make a lot of money. Then when market is good, drivers are not that available because everyone wants to be an owner-operator. And we just can't find enough qualified or good drivers to fill all these trucks. And now we have, let's say quite a few trucks sitting by the fence that we still pay the payment on. We still pay the insurance for it. And we make absolutely no money. So what's the easiest way to put those trucks to work? Put up an ad on the Craigslist, say sign and drive, and you're gonna have a lot of people
signing and
driving. But unfortunately, I'm not saying all, I'm just saying a lot of those people, we already been through the grinder. We are,
they're just coming back for more.
Yeah, we are just like we full-time quitters. So we kind of we always quitting trucking, but we seem to never can quit for real.
Yeah.
Because just like me, I can talk all the shit I want about trucking. There is nothing else in this world that I know about. Just trucking. So one way or another, I'm stuck with you guys.
Owner-operator partnership is very real. I got tons of guys who are making $4,000 take-home. Learn how you can do that by giving me a call at 863-342-5171. We are conveniently located in Lakeland, Florida. We are a Florida-based trucking company that is here to provide you resources to be successful. So once again, it's 863-342-5171. And then, so even a different approach on this. This actually hit one of our guys under our roof, and he wasn't trying to finance a truck like that, but what he was affected, because what this guy does is he gets to a certain miles on his truck and he sells it. So he actually had his new truck. I don't think it was brand new, but anyway, he had a new truck already sized up, and there he sold his truck, and he was making the swap, and the guy's financing fell through. And so he's like, man, like, this is like the fucking, he was the one phone call he got. And he's like, so it's getting harder. He's like, what he used to do as a rinse and repeat, like when my truck gets a little bit old, a certain amount of miles, flip it and just re-up and get into something newer, so he has less maintenance and all that. So even that plan is a little bit affected by this whole thing.
Yes, but if he has been through the grinder, maybe he was lucky before all the time. But this is not a new thing, man. Like I've seen, like every so many years, the banks are very, very easy to hand the trucks out, and then when we get enough trucks repoed, that's when it changes. Like right now, I don't know, like you gotta be shitting like gold bricks in order for a bank to finance anything to do with trucking.
Man, look at that.
So for example, trailers, okay, that's easy because if you're a fleet, if you're a like owner operator, no, not so easy, but just as difficult as trucks, if not more difficult.
Really? Why would that be?
Because it's not as important.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you have let's say the trailer breaks down, you can just drop that and keep on trucking with your truck. Go to the carrier. If your truck breaks down with a trailer, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Buy a donkey? Like you're out of options. So I think yeah, it's kind of like truck is considered your primary tool, the bare bones minimum that you need to run your owner operator business. Everything else is luxury.
Right.
And this is how I see it. But again, like, it's not the end of the world. I've seen things getting very, very complicated and then getting very, very easy to almost negligently easy.
That's like in everything, in all kinds of industries, that's what happens, right?
And also we don't know every individual because just, like sometimes people say, like, oh, I have good credit, and then it's not necessarily that good, right?
No, yeah.
Or just like same thing with drivers when they say like, oh, my record is spotless, and you fucking, have to sit down once you see it. Because
I have a golden rule, man. Like in conversation, anybody that's really the opening liners, like I have good credit. I don't know about that. Like people with good credit don't walk around saying you got good credit.
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree because this is not something that people really talk about,
So there you go, guys. That was just dropping a little bit of what we've been seeing in these last few weeks, just keeping you abreast of the situation. So if you are that first-time buyer, don't worry about that. There's still some kind of solution. We got plenty of guys going through like the Lone Mountain programs, LRM, even SFI. So guys,
and don't get discouraged, because I think at the end of the day, if your credit is somewhat normal, you're not in that arena. Yeah, if you're gonna go to a different dealership that offers like regular financing, it may be a little tougher. But for example, at Lone Mountain, man, unless you have like some bad stuff on your credit, like repos, like stuff that, if you just abandoned the truck, 6 months ago, because trucking is a shitty thing that you fucking hate, and now you're applying for a truck?
Yeah, they're not going to touch you.
What do you expect is going to happen?
Yeah.
So it just that, how we say, don't shit where you eat, and just stay consistent, stay in business, don't give up. One thing that they've always noticed, all these people that are quitting, soon as the reality hits, because sometimes like we've been caught by some, I don't know, maybe like weakness or weak moment, and now we like, man, like this is too much responsibility for me, maybe I'm just gonna be a driver, right? It sounds all fucking kosher. The problem is when you fucking get back in that driver's seat and now you have to drive for real. Not that bullshit that you did as an owner operator, pretty much part-timing your way out of business. But for real, because nobody is gonna let you to run their business into the ground.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna deal with those situations to where you're running the strip and you're calculating how much money you're gonna make as a driver, and you still remember how much money you would have made even if the rate was less than perfect.
Right, yeah.
And that's when it really, really hits you. I've talked to multiple individuals like that. That's when reality becomes real. And to escape trucking, I mean, easier said than done, man. Like, not so easy. I'm not saying it's impossible. You do you. You want to go, to become a doctor or a lawyer, you go for it. I'm a little too old for it. So trucking is my thing. But I'm just saying, in reality, it's not so easy to get out of trucking, because trucking actually has a lot of money attached to it.
Yeah, it could pay the bills for sure.
And it's very difficult to find a reasonable replacement that's gonna be, you know, easier, require less effort. No, everything else, I mean, like it's not gonna be easier. So if you still have a truck, don't make that mistake. And if you think that you're about to fail, give us a call, 863-342-5171, because unless you totally destroyed your business, I believe like more than half people that feel that we already on the last leg, I think we can be saved. All we gotta do, just come talk to us and do what we tell them to do, instead of keep doing what we're doing to continue that path of destruction.
There you go. Absolutely.
So give us a call, 863-342-5171. Check Lone Mountain, plenty of trucks to look at, and we'll talk to you in the next video.
All right, guys, be good and drive safe.
Take care.
Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are going to make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers with a maintenance program that is unbeatable, to plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you got to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.